podcast a day keeps the confusion away.
Pinocchio's story. Part 1. Geppetto creates Pinocchio. Geppetto, a skilled woodcarver, lived alone and longed for a child. One day, he decided to create a wooden puppet named Pinocchio. Geppetto poured all his love and care into crafting Pinocchio, carving his features with great precision. He wished that Pinocchio would become a real boy and bring him the joy of fatherhood. As Geppetto finished carving, he was astonished to see that Pinocchio could move and speak. He felt an overwhelming sense of pride and affection for the puppet he had created. Geppetto embraced Pinocchio with tenderness, treating him as his own son. Geppetto provided Pinocchio with clothes and a little bed. He also made him a schoolbook, hoping that Pinocchio would go to school and receive an education. Geppetto dreamed of a bright future for his wooden son. Every day, Geppetto would talk to Pinocchio, teaching him right from wrong and imparting valuable life lessons. He emphasized the importance of honesty, kindness, and responsibility. Geppetto's love for Pinocchio was unconditional, and he believed in the goodness within the wooden puppet's heart. In the humble workshop, Geppetto and Pinocchio spent their days together, sharing stories and laughter. Geppetto saw the potential in Pinocchio, despite his wooden exterior. He longed for Pinocchio to experience the world and become a real boy. Geppetto's love and care for Pinocchio were evident in every detail of his creation. Pinocchio became more than just a wooden puppet, he became Geppetto's cherished son. The bond between them was strong, and Geppetto's deepest desire was to see Pinocchio come to life and fulfill his destiny. And so, with hope in his heart, Geppetto awaited the magical transformation that would turn Pinocchio into a real boy. Part 2. Pinocchio's adventures. After Geppetto created Pinocchio, the wooden puppet embarked on a series of adventures to explore the world. Pinocchio's curiosity and naivety often led him into trouble, testing his ability to make wise choices. As Pinocchio set off on his journey, he encountered various characters, each with their own motivations and intentions. He met mischievous clowns, encountered the temptation of a pleasure-filled life on Pleasure Island, and even encountered a beautiful fairy who wished to guide him on the right path. However, Pinocchio's impulsive nature and lack of understanding often led him astray. He was easily swayed by others and found himself involved in deceitful schemes, bringing him into dangerous situations. Despite the warnings and advice he received, Pinocchio often succumbed to temptation and made poor choices, leading to unfavorable consequences. Throughout his adventures, Pinocchio faced many challenges and obstacles that tested his character and resolve. His journey was marked by encounters with cunning foxes, sly cats, and treacherous temptations. He learned valuable lessons about honesty, loyalty, and the consequences of his actions. Despite the setbacks and difficulties, Pinocchio's heart remained pure. He had a genuine desire to do the right thing and become a real boy. Through his trials and tribulations, Pinocchio gradually learned the importance of integrity and the consequences of his lies and disobedience. As Pinocchio's journey unfolded, he began to realize the significance of honesty, responsibility, and the power of choices. Each experience taught him valuable lessons about the world and himself. Through his mistakes and missteps, Pinocchio grew wiser and more aware of the impact his actions had on himself and others. Part 3. Pinocchio's growing nose. Throughout his adventures, Pinocchio faced a peculiar consequence for his lies and dishonesty. His nose would grow longer every time he told a falsehood. This unique trait became a constant reminder of the importance of truth and integrity. No matter how hard Pinocchio tried to hide his lies, his elongating nose would give him away. The longer his nose grew, the more evident his deception became. Pinocchio soon realized that he couldn't escape the consequences of his actions, no matter how hard he tried to deceive others. As Pinocchio's nose grew, so did his understanding of the power of truth. He learned that lies only lead to further trouble and complications. The more he tried to cover up his dishonesty, the more his problems multiplied. Pinocchio's growing nose became a visible representation of his lack of honesty and integrity. It served as a constant reminder that honesty was the only way to escape the cycle of deception and its negative consequences. Through this peculiar transformation, Pinocchio slowly began to comprehend the importance of speaking the truth and living a genuine life. The sight of his long nose pushed Pinocchio to confront his own shortcomings and strive for personal growth. He yearned to overcome his habit of lying and sought to become a better version of himself. Pinocchio gradually understood that the key to his transformation lay in embracing honesty and taking responsibility for his actions. With each elongation of his nose, Pinocchio was reminded of the need for sincerity and truthfulness. He became more conscious of the impact his words and actions had on others. The growing nose became a symbol of his journey towards becoming a real boy, one who would prioritize honesty and integrity above all else. As Pinocchio confronted the consequences of his lies and witnessed the changes in his nose, he embarked on a path of self-reflection and personal growth. His growing nose served as a constant motivator to choose truthfulness and make amends for his past mistakes. Part 4. Pinocchio's journey and lessons. As Pinocchio continued his journey, he encountered numerous challenges and learned valuable life lessons along the way. Each experience tested his character and taught him the importance of making wise choices. Pinocchio faced temptations that lured him away from his path of becoming a real boy. He encountered cunning individuals who sought to exploit his innocence and gullibility. However, Pinocchio's adventures also introduced him to kind-hearted characters who offered guidance and taught him valuable lessons. One significant encounter was with a wise fairy who saw the potential in Pinocchio. She emphasized the importance of education, discipline, and obedience. The fairy acted as a moral compass, steering Pinocchio towards the right path whenever he strayed. Pinocchio also experienced the consequences of his actions firsthand. His naivety and impulsiveness often led to trouble, but each misstep served as a valuable learning opportunity. Through his mistakes, Pinocchio realized the importance of accountability and the impact his decisions had on himself and others. In one pivotal moment, Pinocchio encountered the treacherous temptations of Pleasure Island. Initially enticed by the promise of endless fun and indulgence, Pinocchio soon discovered the dark secrets hidden beneath the surface. He witnessed the destructive consequences of hedonism and learned the value of self-control and responsibility. Throughout his journey, Pinocchio encountered deceit, betrayal, and danger. However, he also experienced acts of kindness, friendship, and sacrifice. These encounters taught him the significance of compassion, empathy, and the power of genuine relationships. Pinocchio's growth and transformation were fueled by his determination to become a real boy. With each lesson learned, he became more self-aware and responsible. He began to prioritize the well-being of others and made choices based on kindness and integrity. Through perseverance and personal development, Pinocchio gradually earned the trust and respect of those around him. His character evolved from a mischievous and impulsive puppet into a selfless and honorable individual. Part 5. Pinocchio becomes a real boy. In the final part of Pinocchio's story, his journey reaches a critical turning point as he faces the ultimate test of his character and resolve. After enduring numerous trials and learning important life lessons, Pinocchio is given a chance to prove that he has truly transformed into a real boy. Pinocchio's love and devotion for his creator, Geppetto, drive him to embark on a perilous quest to save his father figure from the clutches of a gigantic whale. With bravery and determination, Pinocchio ventures into the treacherous depths of the sea, guided by the belief that he can rescue Geppetto. Inside the belly of the whale, Pinocchio faces great dangers and tests of his bravery. He navigates through darkness, battling fear and uncertainty. Despite the formidable odds stacked against him, Pinocchio's unwavering determination and love for Geppetto propel him forward. In a dramatic climax, Pinocchio manages to free Geppetto and escape from the belly of the whale, triumphing over the forces of darkness. This act of heroism serves as the culmination of Pinocchio's journey, showcasing his transformation from a mere puppet into a true hero. As a result of his selfless actions and growth, Pinocchio is granted a remarkable transformation by a benevolent fairy. The fairy bestows upon him the gift of becoming a real boy, a long-cherished dream come true. Pinocchio's wooden exterior is replaced by living flesh, and he stands before the world as a living, breathing boy. This magical transformation signifies the ultimate reward for Pinocchio's growth, resilience, and redemption. It symbolizes the power of personal transformation and the triumph of goodness over adversity. Pinocchio's journey has taught him the virtues of honesty, kindness, and selflessness, which have now led him to his ultimate goal. The story ends with Pinocchio embracing his newfound humanity and expressing his love and gratitude to the fairy who granted him his wish. He promises to live a life of goodness, making amends for his past mistakes and embracing the responsibilities that come with being a real boy.